His Majin here is my comic pull list for August 23rd, 2017. First up, we have some light novels. We have The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 3, and Rising of the Shield Hero 4. Now, you might think that, even though I call them light novels, these are really, actually thick books, but they're really, really good. Next up is Goblin Slayer Volume 2. I'm almost done with Goblin Slayer number 1, and it's very enjoyable so far. And I picked up Roka, Brave of the Six Flowers. Now, before you kind of go, dude, what are you doing reading a book about flowers? There was a anime about this about a couple years ago. The anime was solid. It was end of the world is coming. Great demon beast has risen, and the only people that could stop him are 6 brave warriors. Now that in itself sounds like a very cliche story. Heard it 1,000 times. What turned out though was the heroes go. They meet each other on the journey. Some of them aren't getting along with each other, and then the next thing you know, they're caught in a trap. They can't escape, and one of them that is trapped is a fraud, and it became like a mystery. I was like, this was perfect, but the problem was the series ended, and I'm like, I want to know what I want to know. They never went to fight the bad guy because they were all fighting amongst each other because they couldn't figure out who the bad guy was, the traitor. So the only way to figure this out is to do read either the manga or the visual novel. I went the visual novel. I mean, not the visual, the light novel way. But there is the manga that is also available. All right, now onto some comics. We have Batman Detective Comics, 963. This is pretty much, I guess you can say it's almost all Stephanie and Anarchy dealing with each other, and you have Clayface going through the sewers looking like a giant turd. I mean, overall the story it's decent. It's basically just getting you from point A to point B before when things start hitting the fan. Then there was Action Comics number 986. This is another one. Okay, to be honest with you, these two issues, the one before it and this, it's meaningless because all it really was designed for was setting up the meeting between Luther and the mysterious one in the robes. Whatchamacallit? Mr. Oz. So that's all this was. Now, the next issue is the one you're going to want to know to get if you want to know who Mr. Oz is. But, I mean, it was okay. It just was kind of like, Wasn't too happy. I mean, Superman fans will love it. Don't get me wrong, but I just found it kind of, felt kind of cheated, I guess, because the story was just throwaway. Next up from Valiant is War Mother. It kind of almost looks like a futuristic thing. It's a story set in the future. There's monster-type people. A gun that talks. There's some McLovin going on. Overall, it's okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably get the next one just to see how the story progresses, but I don't know if this is going to be something that I'm going to want to continue. Shirtless Bear Fighter. I don't know. This is, to me, I guess, I see so much of One Punch Man in it that it kind of, if I can push that out, then I think I would enjoy this more. It is humorous. There's not as much fighting as there was in the last one, but there is definitely some humor. I still enjoy it though, but I think I think I have room to grow still with how much I would like this book. It gives a little bit about his background, why he doesn't like the bears, but overall, it was pretty decent. Much better than Secret Empire, at least from what I've heard. Manhunter #1. This was great. This, I mean, this really did. They really did capture the style of Jack Kirby's art, and it's kind of like it was one of those types of stories where, okay, you don't know who these people are, but yet you got fighting, and you got exactly who Manhunter is. You understood where he's coming from. Then there's Sandman and Sandy. You understand where they're coming from. The fight between them was great. If anything, it makes me want to, like, read issue 2. And I'm pissed because there's no issue 2. This was great. This here is exactly what a one-shot should be like. Gives you the basics and makes you want more. But to even make it better, you had a backup story with the demon, and that's another one that just like I need more. I need more of this. So this 10 out of 10, fantastic job. I mean, if anything, this is how you would celebrate Jack Kirby's legacy, by doing stuff like this. Something that actually is good. Sabrina, Chilling Adventures of. Art, I have to be kind of careful with these things because you never know what type of craziness appears on these pages. The art is still fantastic. It's dealing with Sabrina, her boyfriend, who's come back from the grave. It's a great story. A lot of this won't make sense if you haven't been reading it, but just understand, this is, if you like horror, if you like scary books, this is definitely one that you should definitely be picking up. And they also make reference to Afterlife with Archie in this. Exo Man of War. I love how when you first open it, the story starts right on the cover. And then as you go into the book, then you get the splash page where it's like, hey, here's the people, the creators. Man of War has just been, it's been pretty solid overall. I kind of like the direction, just in the sense that it's not on Earth. And it's giving him his it's like, I guess it's a good way of introducing the character without having to deal with like the police, without having to deal with other superheroes, the Valiant universe. So that's why I think I really like about it. And overall, the story has been solid. This one, there's shenanigans going on. There's attempted assassination, and finally, Man of War is getting serious. So this has been really, really great. Plastic. This is the last issue. It's very sad. I guess you can say it goes out with a big bang. And there's violence. There's action. And there's craziness. He's not dead, even though he got shot. Don't worry about it. He's not dead. He still needs vengeance. So just understand that. Great book. I mean, in a way, I want another issue or two. I want another series. But I think the way it ended and everything, I think it's a good stopping point, because I think, at least with, it's like kind of like when you have this craziest killer type, it's like you give them, the people, the taste of how great the character is. You give how great the chaos is in this book. And when you finish the arc, sometimes I think it's best just to step back and then just let it go. Don't go to the well a second time, because it's like the fun's gone in a sense. It becomes repetitive. So overall, great. Plastic was great. If you want chaos, you want some crazy killings, crazy characters, pick up the trade for sure. Definitely. This is, it's not a mother-approved trade, but it's definitely a cool trade. I think this would make for a cool trade. Anyway, and this is it for this week. Let me know what you guys picked up, what you guys are looking forward to reading the most. We'll have more stuff later. Like, share, and until next time.